Get this funny when you're in need of an improv sketch comedy. Search for Uncooked Chicken on the audio apps. That's my comedy. Come get this funny. I'm just talking about my podcast. You're in need. Guaranteed to get you one laugh. Get this funny. I'm just talking about my podcast. You're in need. It's guaranteed to get you one laugh. You're in need. Uncooked Chicken Podcast. Get down. What? Uncooked Chicken Casket down. What? Uncooked Chicken Casket down. What? Uncooked Chicken Podcast. Hey, listen. Come get this funny. Listen. When you're in need of an improv sketch comedy, just search for Uncooked Chicken on the audio apps. About every 2 weeks. What you say? Come get this funny. I'm just talking about my podcast. When you're in need, it's guaranteed to get you one laugh. Get this funny. I'm just talking about my podcast. When you're in need, it's guaranteed to get you one laugh. What? Uncooked Chicken Casket Town. What? Uncooked Chicken Casket Town. What? Uncooked Chicken Casket Town. What? Uncooked Chicken Podcast. Yes, sir. It's the comedic Adventures of Uncooked Chicken. Yeah, Adventures of Uncooked Chicken. It's a comedy journey giving you this funny comedic adventures of Uncooked Chicken. Comedic adventures of Uncooked Chicken. Comedic adventures of Uncooked Chicken. Ain't no need to edit. Hell yeah, I said it. It's here adventures of Uncooked Chicken. Hey, man, listen. Thank you, old Kanye. Thank you, Jamie Foxx. Appreciate you. Welcome to this episode of Uncooked Chicken. Yeah, I'm your host, NateNathaNathaniel. All three of them, listen, threes is me. Listen, yes, sir. This is my commuter cast that I give you. I'm workshopping ideas for I want to be the greatest comedy you never, greatest comedian of all time, greatest of all time coat. I got to put a coat on, put my coat on in 2025. Come on. Yeah, I do this audio cast only in my car, and I call it the Hybrid Studios. Why? Because I'm in a hybrid car. It's simple. You know, funny ain't that complicated. It's simple. Let me tell you, boy, ooh-wee. I appreciate old Kanye, like I said, Jamie Foxx, for their help. You know what I'm saying? Come get this funny. Yeah. Yes, sir. Now listen, man, on Uncooked Chicken, this is unedited. That's why it's called Uncooked. I give you 3F topics on Uncooked Chicken. The first F topic is going to be the funny that I'm working on. Have to shape and mold like clay. You know, I have to shape it. And then the second F topic is the familiar that's going on in the world today. And the last F topic is for really though, a fakey news. That's when I give you a story about something that may have happened in my life or may not have happened in my life. And you got to decide, wait a minute, is he telling the truth? We'll find out. Now listen, everybody, listen. I like music. You know, I'm a music man, NateNathaNathaniel. And then, you know, what music I have never listened to is Screamo. You know, Screamo music. You know, I just never got into it. I just think they eat the mic. You know, they just a lot of mic eating. I ain't trying to eat a microphone. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to eat one. I ain't doing that, you know. So I'm just thinking, like, people who was ever into Screamo music, I was wondering, like, do they take their work home with them? You know, when you work and they say, don't take your work home with you. I wonder if Screamo artists, if they take their work home with them, you know, do they talk to their kids in the same manner as they sing their songs. That's all I'm asking. You know, rah, 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 rah. You know what I mean? They need like a throat lunge. Some throat lunges you know what I'm saying? Some throat lunges I don't know. I'm just wondering, like, if Screamo artists go home and, you know, Billy didn't clean his room, you know, and Mary being nasty to her mama, she ain't listening. You know, Billy won't clean his room, and he's like, Billy, clean your effing room. You know, just wondering, I'm gonna need a throat lunge. Just wondering if he do that. You know, he's talking to Mary. Mary listen to her mom. Mary, listen to your mom. You know what I'm saying? Billy, clean your effing room. Mary, listen to your effing mom. Right. Billy, clean your effing room. Right. Mary, listen. Right. You know, he asks the question, why don't you kids just listen? Why can't you behave? You know, he's like, why can't you kids just misbehave? You know, why won't you kids just behave? Billy, clean your effing room. What? Billy, listen to your effing mom. Huh? You know, I'm just thinking, maybe that's why. Billy, clean your effing room. Mary, listen to your effing mom. Why? I'm just asking a question. Just asking. Is that how they do it? You know? Is that how they talk? I don't know. I don't listen to Screamo. It's not my genre. It's not a part of my fabric. I'm just asking if that's how they talk to the kids. Just asking a question. That's it. Listen, ain't even the funny I'm working on. I just woke up, thought about that. Hey, listen, this is the improv cast. We don't edit on Uncooked Chicken. We make mistakes. Sometimes you'll hear a mistake, and that's okay. We live with it. It's uncooked. I say what I say. I did what I did. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it's unedited. Listen. Yeah, I said it. All right. So, the funny that I'm working on, man. Is Chitty-Chitty Bang Bang. What? Did you just say Chitty-Chitty Bang Bang? Yeah, man, listen. You know, I work in different spaces and places, you know what I'm saying? And I just wonder, like me, I have a lot in common with trans men. Yeah, you didn't know that? You didn't know NateNathaNathaniel had something in common with trans men? Yes, sir. I'm gonna tell you, listen. You know, I grew my hair out and everything, and I can, if I ever wanted to switch it up, I told you my name would be NateNathaNathaniel. I told you it would be, that would be my trans name if I ever switched it up. But, I just say I identify with trans men. Now listen, I know people say, you need to be more sensitive, to the trans community. You know, we got new administration, and if things don't want to be a little dicey. I understand what you're saying, but the jokes will remain the same. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You may have a new operator. You may have a new operator in that house, but listen, we having a good time. We good. Don't take it personal. Listen, it's Uncooked Chicken, baby. It's Uncooked Chicken. Now listen. I identify with trans men. We both have to worry about TNA. TNA is a problem. TNA is a problem. Listen, trans men, they have to worry about their TNA. You know what I mean? Because they're like foremen, before men, they get to construct how they want things. They get to work on the Chitty-Chitty Bang Bang. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how much Chitty-Chitty you want, and you got to know how much Bang Bang you need. Chitty-Chitty Bang Bang. You know what I'm saying? You got to work on that. And me, listen, because you can't You can't have no chitty-chitties and a lot of bang bang. You know what I mean? Then you fall backwards. You know what I'm saying? You can't even walk straight. You walking on your heels. Next thing you know, you falling down every 3 steps. We can't have that. You know what I mean? You just like a teeter-totter. Just kind of wobbling on your ass. You don't want that. You don't want that. Nobody want that. Gotta pick you up all the time. You know what I mean? And then if you got too much chitty-chitty, you always leaning forward. You know what I'm saying? You always leaning forward, looking at your toes. You gotta have some counterbalance. So that's what I'm saying. Trans men are forming. They can construct a chitty-chitty bang bang. So it's, you know what I'm saying? So they have balance. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. That's their TNA. My TNA, NateNathaNathaniel, what I have to worry about is my tone and my approach. Yes, sir. My tone and my approach. You know what I'm saying? Because I cannot communicate. I can't talk to a trans man too aggressive. I can't be too aggressive when I communicate. I gotta watch my tone and approach, because if I'm too aggressive, then he, him, they, them, ain't gonna start screaming, harass, harass, harass. You know what I'm saying? We don't need harassment here. We don't need none of that. No harass. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to do that. So I gotta watch my tone and approach. And I can't come at them. I can't come at them too kind, too soft, too friendly. You know what I'm saying? Because then we going out on a date. Listen, I'm just telling you the truth. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that, because I do that. Next thing you know, him, her, and them, they gonna start screaming, he wants harass, harass, harass. And I ain't trying to, listen, I ain't trying to do that. I'm happily married. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. You know what I'm talking about? Listen, so I gotta watch my TNA. They gotta watch their TNA. But you get what I'm saying? Chitty, chitty, bang, bang. That's a real thing. Chitty, chitty, to the bang, bang. Listen. And listen, like Uncooked Chicken. Uncooked Chicken's on a lot of audio platforms. You know what I'm saying? A lot of audio platforms. And just like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, it covers a lot of platforms. You know what I'm saying? It's just not trans men. Listen, women, you need to make sure your Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, I understand too, you gotta maintain it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel bad for people that don't have any chitty chitties. You don't have chitty chitties and everything. It's like you at a summer party or something, and you can't even do a slip and slide. You know what I'm saying? When you ain't got no chitty chitties, you can't even slip and slide. You know what I mean? You gotta have some road bumps. You know what I mean? You're running around there. You try to slide on that little plastic watery road. Man, you ain't gonna be able to stop. You gonna be going across the street down the neighbor's house. You're like, what happened to Mary? She 3 blocks away. She had no chitty chitties. She didn't have any air brakes. She couldn't stop. She's still going. You know what I'm saying? It's a dangerous game. It's a dangerous game, slip and slide. Who knew? You press life and death. You know what I'm saying? You got some chitty chitties. You good. You can put the air brakes on. You stop in the grass. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom. You good. So that's a real epidemic. You know what I mean? So I get it, women. I get it why you go across the country to get some chitty chitties. I understand it. You gotta have some air. You need some air brakes when you on the slip and slide. I understand it. Yes, sir. Woo-wee. Yes, sir. So you know what I'm saying? You can always tell, like, trans men, when they new to the trans game, you can always tell just by the way they walk. They walk a little bow-legged, you know what I'm saying? Because they can't really get the stilettos right, you know what I'm saying? They're kind of wobbling. You can always tell anytime they wobbling, they like an athlete, you know what I'm saying? They got to tape up their ankles. They ain't used to it. You know what I'm saying? They're not used to it. They got to tape their ankles up. So I get it. Yeah, man, that's funny. You got to tape those ankles up, baby. Yeah, so anytime you see somebody wobbling down the street, you're like, oh yeah, she knew. You know what I'm saying? He knew. You know what I'm saying? They knew. You know what I'm saying? Them knew. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, baby. So listen, chitty chitty, bang bang. Yes, sir. You gotta watch it. So I gotta watch my TNA, baby. So that's a funny I'm working on. It's this season. Now listen, the familiar that's going on in the world today. Listen, man, we're going to flip this one a little bit, flip this one and talk about, we're going to talk about the football playoffs. And I know as soon as I said football, some of the ladies are like, I don't, we're not, no, I am not. He lost me at footballs. I wanted to hear something else. But listen, just stick through it, you're fine. I'm just telling you, I'm making some chicken predictions. I told you I'm CHICKENADAMUS. I'm going to make some chicken predictions on this familiar that's going on in the world. Listen, there's 4 teams left. 4 teams left in the football. Listen, pigskin football, you know what I'm saying? Look, we have the Kansas City Chiefs, yes sir, right now. And we got, looks like the Washington Commanders. And it looks like we have, what they call them, the team the Buffalo Bills, yes sir. And we, last team we got is the Philadelphia Eagles. Now listen, this is my CHICKENADAMUS. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you, Kansas City. Listen, they playing the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo. Give me a home with the Buffalo Rome. Listen, Buffalo. I don't know if you can mess with Mahomes. Listen. You take a shot at the king, you better not miss. You already beat him one time. You ain't gonna beat him again. I'm putting it out there, CHICKENADAMUS. Kansas City gonna win. Kansas City gonna win. Let me tell you right there. Now listen, that's on the AFC. On the NFC, let me tell you something right now. Philadelphia, you got Snowquan Barkley. He ran in the snow. Listen, all over them with Rams. Yes, he did. You know what I'm saying? He did that thing. But I don't know if they gonna be able to beat the little young Bucky Roo. You know the little young Bucky Roo, Washington Commanders, that little Jaden McDaniels. Let me tell you about that McDaniels. Man, I'm gonna hit that little dude, that little guy. He's skinny, but he wiggly, he wobbly. You know what I'm saying? He knew. They don't know how to defend him. You know, I call him the baby Lamar. He baby Lamar Jackson. He wiggling, he doing that, what they call it, the RPO, you know, the run pass option. And it's hard for them to try to figure out. He's making really good decisions. Listen, so I'm telling you, I'm going to say that the Washington Commanders are going to shock the world. You know what I'm saying? They're going to shock the world just like Muhammad Ali did when he was 21, you know, and he became the champion. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. So you're going to see my Super Bowl prediction. You're going to have Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders. And is it McDaniels or Daniel? It don't matter. It's Uncooked Chicken. You know who I'm talking about. He the rookie. And he going to have him going against, listen, Mick, he going to go against the king. The king that's going for 3 peats. You know what I'm talking about? Taylor Swift and what's that girl name? You know, Caitlin Clark watching the show and everything. They in the box watching Kelsey, her boyfriend or something. It's okay. I'm telling you, Patrick Mahomes is going for 3-peat. He trying to win 3 championships in a row. I'm thinking, you know, that's going to be the Super Bowl. Kansas City versus the Washington Commanders. And then you said, well, NateNathaNathaniel, I see you already lost my attention talking about some foosballs. But who's going to win it if it's Kansas City and it's Washington Commanders? Well, you're going to have to find out on the next episode, because listen, what if CHICKENADAMUS is wrong? You know, what if CHICKENADAMUS is wrong? Listen, CHICKENADAMUS thought that Kamala was going to be a president. Listen, sometimes it don't work out the way CHICKENADAMUS thinks to do. So the next episode, we will recap this one right here and let you know if CHICKENADAMUS was correct or if CHICKENADAMUS was incorrect. You know what I'm saying? But that's a familiar that's going on in the sports world today. Yes, sir. Now this last F topic, listen. The last F topic is for real though, or fake news. For real though, fake news. Now listen, for real though, fake news. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Way back in the day, you know, I was talking about trans men and everything. But listen, I used to work at this restaurant, you know what I'm saying? And we had a guy who was openly gay. You know, he openly gay. Everybody knew he was. And I was working as a teenager, you know what I'm saying? For real though, fake news. I was working at drive-thru, and he was working a drive-through. Listen, we both coordinating. We both working together, you know what I'm saying? Taking orders and filling orders and giving it through the window and taking cash, for real, no fake news. And then, I was leaning against the counter, for real, no fake news, and he had to grab some ketchup, and the ketchup happened to be right behind me, for real, no fake news. And he reached in to get to the ketchup, and listen, I'm gonna tell you, for real, no fake news, man, I jumped up, I jumped up like Michael Jackson. For real, no fake news, I was on my toes. I was like, hee. I said, oh, we ain't doing that, you know what I mean? I moved my bang bang, you know what I'm saying? I moved that bang bang out the way. I was like, oh, I said, he tried to get a free squeeze. For real, no fake news. And then the dude was like, hey, listen, I was not trying to touch your Heinz. I was trying to get the packets, not your packet, And then, for real, no fake news. And then, I was a little bit embarrassed. I had to apologize. I said, sorry, man. I thought you was coming after my bang bang. You know what I'm saying? Thought you was coming out the Heinz packet. My Heinz packet on my backside. You know what I'm saying? But listen, is that for real though? You know what I'm saying? Was that fake news that I have a phobia that I didn't know about? Working a drive-through, and the dude was reaching for the ketchup, and I was in the way, and I jumped out the way because I was scared. Did that really happen? Did that really happen to me? Well, I guess we'll have to find out on that next episode of Uncooked Chicken, and to find that one out right there. Listen, man, the last for real though of fake news we did on Uncooked Chicken. Listen, I talked about this. I was possibly hypnotized. They had me on my toes, like I said, screaming, hee, Shimon, doing the moonwalk and everything, doing jumping jacks, thinking I was Michael Jackson, Thriller, I'm talking about, singing that song and everything. Was I really hypnotized? Did that really happen? For real, no fake news. Did it really have me on the stage moonwalking and singing Thriller? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you. Whoo! That was, for real, though. Listen, yeah, man, he had me up there doing dances and everything on the stage. That really was for real, though. That really happened. Yes, sir. All right. Listen, I want to thank all of y'all for joining me in this 21st episode of Uncooked Chicken, baby. Yes, sir. If you like a little bit of what you hear, listen, you got 21 episodes. You can go find it. Go search it on your audio platforms, you know what I'm saying? Go, if you need one funny, I guarantee you gonna get one laugh. Just one. And sometimes that's all you need to start your day. You like, ha, that's it. And then your day is good. Let me plant that seed of funny for you. Give you that funny that you need to get to your day, get through your week. You know what I'm saying? I am the co-creators of all time. Creative comedian you never heard of, NateNathaNathaniel, you know what I'm saying? And I want to appreciate you for joining me in this episode of the Adventures of Uncooked Chicken. The Adventures of Uncooked Chicken. My comedy journey giving you this funny comedic adventures of Uncooked Chicken. Comedic adventures of Uncooked Chicken. Comedic adventures of Uncooked Chicken. Ain't no need to edit. Hell yeah, I said it. It's the Adventures of Uncooked Chicken.